Hello my friends, and welcome to my video about some amazing ancient Greek and even a few world coins. Over here I have 27 different types, which will be easy for you to find if you type in ebay.com and you do a search for, let's say, I68141. So if you keep a pen and paper ready, just write down the numbers you like and you can search for them on eBay and see more pictures of them and see a lot more information. This is going to be as quick video as I can. My site is TrustedCoins.com. I have a free email list which can send you more videos like this and a lot more information about ancient coins. So I recommend signing up to that on my site, or there's my email and other information. So let's get started, guys. I'm just going to go one by one and try to do this as quickly as possible, display some of the most beautiful ancient coins in existence. All right, so let's start with the first coin. This coin is of Rhodes, an island of Caria. So Caria is an area of modern-day Turkey, and this city, Rhodes, had the Colossus of Rhodes, one of the seven wonders of the world, which was a giant statue of Helios, the sun god. So that is who is pictured on this coin. And the back of the coin, the rose, is a pun or an allusion to its name. So we have a beautiful ancient coin in mint state condition and third party, certified, which is kind of cool. Next, let's move on to this other great coin. You could see the dates, 3rd to 2nd centuries BC. AU is almost uncirculated. So the only grade above this level is mint state, which one we saw before that, and a little bit lower than that is extra fine, and below that is very fine. So we have the front over here, and we have the back, the eagle. Very beautiful coin. And that's the item number you could search for on eBay, which you'll be able to find that item. So you make sure to type in the I, because it might, show something else. So choice AU is a little bit higher than AU, and it's of the dynasty of Lycia. And we have the lion's scalp on the front, and on the back, the triskelies. The interesting thing about the lion's scalp is that it's probably an allusion to the Nemean lion that Hercules fought, and which had impenetrable skin, and he actually wound up killing it by strangling it and then using its own claws to actually skin the lion, and then he used the lion's skin as armor. And you actually see his depictions always with the lion skin headdress. Later depictions of Alexander the Great actually show him wearing the lion skin headdress just like Hercules. So very interesting type, very beautiful condition, fantastic centering, the style, and all these different things. Ancient coins were individually hand struck, so you could say almost no two ancient coins are alike. Next, let's move on to this gold coin. So this is a Thracian Scythian, but the story behind it is a lot more interesting, is that it copies the design from a Roman coin from 54 BC. And this is after about, this is after 54. And this is considered to be a coin of Brutus, of an ally of his, that struck coins that had distinctly Roman motifs. And this little monogram to the left, it's best understood to be the BR monogram for Brutus. These lictors signify a similar coin type where the ancestors of Brutus defeated the last king or tyrant of Rome and kicked him out, and that's the design of it. It is very important, lineage pattern. And the eagle holding the wreath is a distinctly Roman symbolism that was used on this coin. The eagle was the bird of Jupiter, which was the Roman equivalent of Zeus, the king of the gods. The wreath is the victory wreath that people would get placed on their heads. So very beautiful ancient Greek coin of a Roman, most likely a Roman significance. And next, this coin is of Emperor Hadrian, and it was struck in ancient Alexandria, Egypt. This is a Belon tetradrachm. Belon is a mixture of bronze and silver, sometimes of a higher silver content, sometimes of a lower silver content, but it has this silver look to it at least, and it actually features specifically Sabina, his wife, on the reverse. So this is a very scarce, considerably even rare type, especially with such fantastic centering, style, and a nice strike. You could see the wife's beautiful face. You see how tall the ancient coins are, the motifs. So I feel like it's almost like carrying a sculpture in your own pocket, depicting the different things. That's the number corresponding to it. Next, this is a very, very interesting high condition coin. Chase AU and this little star, it doesn't usually get given a coin. So what's interesting about this coin is that it's of Romano-British Empire. So there were points in time where there were separatist empires, and this one was in the British, London area. And this coin type is one of the more desirable electus types. This coin is in a fantastic condition, and it features that galley. That galley is the more desirable type. Look at that strike. It's just beautiful, reminiscent of that era, and is a beauty in itself to behold and a wonder to collect. So, moving on to the next coin. The Ostrogoths. So the Ostrogoths were, you could say, barbarians, one of the barbarian tribes that was around the fall of Rome. And what this coin signifies is that you notice it's a very reminiscent type, mimicking the types of the Romans. You see on the front it says Roma. So we have a personification of actually Rome. The helmet, kind of like Athens had Athena, Rome had Roman. They copied the idea of, and the Roman, very distinctly Romanized eagle on the back. So the Ostrogoths, you rarely, if ever, see such a coin type. These types are almost impossible to find anywhere else. And you have a beautiful example of it right here. Next, my understanding is that this is actually a Seer plate coin. David Seer is the one that wrote many of the reference works on Byzantine coinage, Roman silver coinage, Roman bronze coinage, and the like. The condition is impeccable, and it even features the lot number of an old collection that it was in, that was being sold over here in 1991. So, beautiful coin with an impeccable grade, fantastic pedigree, amazing strike, great centering, fantastic patina. This is definitely also Magnia Urbica. And I have to mention that Magnia Urbica is one of the scarcer Roman empresses. She's rarely, if anybody, ever has this coin. So, beautiful, amazing coin. You see the dark black patina. A lot of people actually like this kind of patina. The ones that actually know a lot about ancient coins. So that's the number corresponding to it. Now, moving on to this coin. Wow. Okay. This coin I actually love very much. First of all, it's, guess of who? Cleopatra the 7th and Mark Antony. Well, basically, it's a dual portrait type from this Ptolemaic kingdom, the city of Chalcis, or Chalcis. And over here, we have the portrait of none other than Cleopatra herself, the lover of both Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, a very historically important queen that we still know about to this day. You know, if you ask people, do you know who Julius Caesar, Cleopatra is? Do you know who Alexander the Great is? A lot of people could say yes, they do. And on the back, we have the portrait. There were several different coin types that were struck with the dual portraits, and this type, especially with such a fantastic strike, degree of preservation, beauty, sharpness, is a wonder to collect. And this is one of those coins that actually brings amazing feelings of historical significance to you. Okay, so moving on to the next coin, having seen the Cleopatra. So what is the next coin over here? The next coin is of Mithridates II, and this coin is in mint state. So higher grade than this doesn't exist, except Choice MS or Gem MS or MS with a little star next to it. But mint state is fantastic condition. Look at the beauty of that portrait. Look at the sharpness of this coin. It is absolutely amazing. So let me explain a little bit more about this guy. So the Parthian kingdom was a kingdom to the east of the Romans, and they struck their own coins. They, used the Greek legends on their coins. So this could be considered a Greek coin. Most coins that are considered Greek coins is basically they used, Greek legends. That's the idea of Greek coinage, because this is an Eastern Empire, and this is the king seated with a bow and an arrow. And we have the king's name, Basileus, all around, blah, blah, blah. So that's very interesting. Look at that portraiture. Look at the design. Look at the sharpness. Ancient Greek and Roman coinage are definitely an epitome of ancient greatness, captured in miniature for us to behold to this day, and that are plentiful enough for us to be able to affordably enjoy in our everyday life. And very limited edition, so you really don't usually find beautiful coins like this all the time. All right, so this coin is mint state, and it's of this emperor named Postumus. He was an emperor of a separatist Gallic empire. Gaul was the area of France, and they created a Roman empire which struck coins in itself. And Postumus is a very rare, not a very rare emperor. There's another emperor that was very rare, which I believe is Laelianus, which I'll post maybe in a couple of months from now. But this guy's coins are not rare, but this coin is in exceptional condition with a beautiful strike. Look at that portraiture that captures the emperor very in a fantastic way. And the reverse design is extra sharp too. Virtus. Virtus means manhood. So the idea of this is that it's the manhood of this, or virtue of the Roman emperor for being so manly. Okay, next. This is another coin of fantastic condition. Mint state, a little bit of a wavy flan, but it's of a Byzantine emperor, Justin I, and it's a Tremisis. The higher denomination, the bigger denomination would have been a Solidus. Tremisis is probably a small denomination. You need a change for the bigger gold coin, so you would have something like this. But the beauty of this coin is that its sharpness, the strike, and you notice there's pretty much no scratches, no design flaws or anything around the coin. That is what makes this coin super attractive. And on the back we have a victory holding a globe with a cross on top of it. On the bottom is the mint mark for Constantinople. This Victoria, see Av, and this letter usually is an officin letter. There were several mints in the city sometimes, and officins marked the thing. Victoria was the prototype for the angels that are known to Christians. So later they're known as angels, but to the Romans and the Greeks there would have been either Victoria or Nike. So beautiful coin, mint state, absolutely gorgeous. Next, let's move on to this other mint state coin. So we are talking about Justin II, 565 AD, gold solidus coin, MS 5535. So let's see this coin. So on this coin we have Justin II being crowned by a little angel victory type. Beautiful. And on his shield, actually, it features him on a horseback, which is kind of cool. So he's holding a globe with victory crowning him, and he's in full military glory with his helmet, and you could actually read his text. That's how you could actually identify these coins. You could actually read the inscriptions. And on the back, we have Constantinople, the personification of Constantinople. Like Athens had Athena, Rome had Roma, and Constantinople had Constantinopolis on it. So, and beautiful coin. And you can tell it's Christianized because we have the crosses all over the place. Next, this coin I just bought because it's fantastic condition. Mint state 66, 5 Russian rubles, 1902. Absolutely beautiful coin. The back is the Imperial Russian double-headed eagle. And let's see. And here's another one of those types. So that one was a 1902 and this is a 1904. Coins in fantastic condition. One of the things to remark is this. Is that coins in fantastic states of preservation are much more rare. Because there's a lot of coins that were preserved in crap condition. And there were some that were preserved in fantastic, such as mint state. So there's automatically a lot less mint state coins. So you could say, oh, how come this coin is so much more expensive? Because for the condition, the premium is always paid by the collector. It's the beauty, the preservation state, the sharpness, the artistic style. That's what makes a coin attractive. So you can't sell these coins as potatoes that, for example, just in this coin, it has to be worth whatever amount of money. It's very different. It's on a scale. It was individually struck, and we're talking about a different period from now. So Illyria Damastium or Damastion. You'll notice on these slabs there's more of a Latinized or anglicized versions of the Greek text. So usually in my descriptions I use more of a widely used Greek version of them. So usually the C's are replaced with K's, and Damastion is more of a Romanized version of this. But this is a 400 BC ancient Greek coin and a tetradrachm. So a tetradrachm is actually the largest denomination Greek coin other than the decadrachm, which was a 10 drachma coin. So a tetradrachm means that it was a 4 drachma coin. So like imagine a old US dollar, and it would split into 4 quarters. So this is a full ancient coinage. So on the front it looks like we have Apollo, and in the back we have the tripod of Apollo. It's a little bit up here, but the idea of this coin actually is that I've never had this coin before Damastion, and I don't usually see this one on the market. So very rare coin, beauty to behold, pleasure to own, and it has a pedigree. Some people actually like to have these different pedigrees because that's the coins that they know that are from old collections. People like that kind of stuff. So this is an awesome coin. Next, moving on. So over here I have another Ostrogoth coin, and notice how both the coins are of Ostrogoths, and we have this coin back here that we saw, right? But the designs are slightly different. The strikes is different. We had a different die, and over time, as the die would wear out, you would have flatter and possibly flatter strikes, and they would need to replace them. So there was only a limited amount of coins that they would strike with a die, and this coin is a little bit sharper. It's in a little bit higher condition. It's an XF. And we have again Roma and the Romanized eagle. So that's a beautiful coin too. Moving on to this coin. Okay, Aquileia Severa. So we have from Tyre in Phoenicia, Aquileia Severa. And we have her portrait. Aquileia Severa is a scarcer wife of Roman Emperor Elagabalus. And yeah, this is a beautiful coin, and it's from one of the provincial cities of Tyre, and we have Tyche Astarte in a temple. So it's just a rare type that is rarely ever seen. So, and very wonderful to collect. Next, let's move on to wrestlers. So this is a coin of Aspendus. If I would be writing a title, I would probably put an O here. That's the more correct Greek version of that. But Aspendos, 380 BC to 325 BC stater. High grade choice XF. And we have these two Olympic wrestlers. What's cool about ancient Greek coins is that if you can notice, they're very anatomically correct. And this one depicts two wrestlers grabbing each other and about to wrestle each other down. And on the back we have a slinger. A slinger is kind of like, the David and Goliath. David was a slinger. He slung a stone, and it was an art form all on its own, and a Triskeles to the right of him. And the city's name, or somehow this is stood for the city name. So, beautiful coin. Next, we have an Amisus coin. I think we had one of those similar one. Very high grade. We have a hero in the front, and we have an owl. Beautiful coin. Moving on, Carthage, the city that Hannibal was from. It was Carthage that it was mothers that would scare their children, in the Roman children, that Hannibal would come and get them. Hannibal came within almost destroying Rome. He could have destroyed Rome, and the society would have been completely different. Carthage was North African kingdom that was of Phoenician origin, and it struck these gold. This is electrum, which is a mixture of gold and silver, and this is their local goddess Tanit, to whom they even worshipped and made sacrifices to. And on the back is the horse. This is a beautiful, I would consider it a gold coin, but electrum, definitely this looks like a high amount of gold in here. It has more of a yellow color to it. Maybe a higher silver content would have been more worn down, but this is a beautiful gold, amazing coin of Carthage, the amazing city where Hannibal came from and crossed the Alps and attacked Rome. Next, Brutus, the infamous assassin of Julius Caesar, or one of the many assassins, death by 1,000 cuts, you could say. And the whole phrase, et tu Brute. So Brutus died 42 BC. This is a circa 42 BC coin with the obverse of Libertas. Libertas is a personification of liberty. Very interesting. You had to propagandize your viewpoint, and you had to strike a beautiful coin like this. Look at the amazing sharpness of this coin. And on the back, we have a lot of this important symbolism there. We have a lyre. We have all this beautiful, this is an amazing historical ancient Greek coin. And Roman coin of the Roman Imperatorial Roman Republic era. And very interesting. And in amazing condition. Moving on. This is a coin of Vespasian. He was a Roman emperor after Nero. Nero really screwed up by overtaxing people and building a great palace, burning down, possibly burning down Rome. Some people consider he did. And, because of that, there was he needed to build a great palace, so he started taxing people, started debasing coinage, and there was definitely a revolt during his time of the Jewish peoples. And Vespasian was one of his generals. And Vespasian was caused to fight the Jewish people. And later there was a coinage called Judea Capta, where they wound up defeating them, and the temple loot was used to help fund the Colosseum. There's still the Arch of Titus, his son, who defeated them, and it shows the procession, the triumphal procession of the Jewish peoples carrying the menorah from the great temple. So this is Vespasian. He was very pragmatic, of plebeian origin, and he was criticized for building bathrooms in Rome. And it's like, what a stinky way to make money, because he would charge people a tax for using the bathroom. And he said, what? Money doesn't stink. Okay, and on the back is the Capricorns. Augustus also used the Capricorn on his coins, and this is a double Capricorn with a shield that says SC. SC is for Senatum Consulum, and usually it's to legitimize the coinage because it was struck under the Senate and Consul of Rome. This coin is a beautifully conditioned denarius coin with an exceptional strike, a high condition, and a pleasure to behold. Next, this is an ancient Greek coin, Choice AU, Thessalian League. So Thessaly, I would say, was around, you could say, central Greece area. And on the front we have Zeus, and on the back, excuse me, it's fine, it's in the slab. And on the back we have Athena Permachus, and we have for Thessalian League Thessalon. She's holding a spear and a shield, so that's an interesting coin. Beautiful condition and pleasure to behold too. This is one of the most interesting series of coins I like collecting, is the Roman Republic coins. So we're talking about a bit of over 100 years that Roman coinage had all these different motifs. And on this coin, we have Mars on the front, and in the back we have a combat scene. So this looks like a gladiatorial style combat scene. Like if you were watching gladiators fighting each other, this is what it would look like. So, and we have a fallen guy over here. We have these two guys continuing to fight with the shields. And it's an interesting motif because we have more of like a Roman soldier and a barbarian. See, he has the horns. Very interesting type. Very beautiful. Amazing condition. Sharp strike. 100 BC coin struck in Rome. And that's the number corresponding to it. Oh, this coin is of Thasus. A tetradrachm coin. And on the front, we have Dionysus, the god of wine. I believe to be also wisdom. The idea of a symposium, people say symposium, oh, very smart, but to the ancient Greeks it was a drinking party. So we had this, and on the back we have Hercules holding the lion's skin and the club, what he is known for. Beautiful ancient Greek coin, amazing to behold. And the last coin is of Thessaly, Pharsalus, Central Greece. We have Athena on the front and a horse head on the back. And that's the coin. And that's the number. So my friends, thanks for checking out my video. My site is TrustedCoins.com. I'm looking forward to dealing with you guys. I recommend signing up to my free email update list. I have lots of videos like this and articles. And you might like to enjoy them too, learn a lot more about coins. Visit my store and thumb up this video. Alright my friends, see you soon.